Hey Nines, it's Drika K and I'm back with another video. Judging by my face, y'all probably can already tell that this is one of my not so happy videos, and it is not. It's not. I miss my daughter so much. Like, I can't even begin to explain how much that I miss her and I wish that she was here. I miss her so much. And like, I thought that they said that, the more time passes by, the easier it'll get. It's about to be 2 years. My daughter will be 2, September 7th. And it has not gotten any easier. As a matter of fact, every day this year, I have cried. I have cried. I be wishing that, that I could speed up my healing process because I'm hurting so bad. And I'm trying to do all that I can to, heal myself so that it won't be such a touchy situation. I have even started therapy. If I'm not asleep, then I'm thinking about my daughter. And, people around me, they tell me all the time, grief is taking over your life. Grief is taking over your life. I don't just sit and I just be like, oh, let me think about my daughter so I can be sad. It just comes naturally. From the time that I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about her. I be wondering, what my daughter would look like, what her eyes look like, if she looks like me. I see so many people that, that I was pregnant with around the time, and I see their kids, and their kids are growing big, and they're so cute. They're walking now, they're talking, they're putting together words, and I'm just like, if only that was me and my daughter. And it's crazy because, your first introduction to motherhood, who wants to go through this? Nobody. I can't think of one person who would be okay with this. If that person does exist, please tell them to reach out to me and tell me, how am I supposed to be okay with it? How do I pick myself up and move on with life? How do I stop taking it so hard? Because, like I said, it's about to be 2 years, and I still cry about it like it's the first day that it ever happened. I don't be wanting to leave this house. I don't be wanting to leave this room. Being around people makes me very much anxious. I'm not even the people's person that I used to be. I just miss her so much. But every day, I still get up and I try. I still get up and I try. This year, I had an opportunity to like start driving trucks, like UPS trucks and things like that. And I took that opportunity knowing that I'm afraid of the road. But I did that for my daughter. Like, I miss her so much and I just want to make her proud. I want her to be happy and be like, that's my mama. That's why I want to stop crying so much about her, because I want her to know that I'm strong. And that if she was here, there would be nothing that she would have to worry about. There is nothing that I would not do for my daughter. Missing her is so hard. Like, when I miss her, I can feel it right here. And it makes me not want to move on with life. Like, I don't want to let her go. I don't want to move on from her because, and I know that she does not think like this, but that's why I'm trying to get my mind together. That's why I started therapy, so that I can get my mind together. But I don't want to move on from her because I don't want her to feel like that she's being left behind. I don't want her to feel like I'm leaving her behind. Everything that I do it for my daughter. Even on some days when I'm not even able to function, I'll still at least try to sit up in my bed and try to stop my tears. Some days that's the only thing that I can do is actually just be glad to be here and just cry. And like, if she can't be here, I want to make her proud. That's why I'm so impatient when it comes down to my blessings, but I know I have to be patient. It's like right now, I have over enough money to like move into my own place, my own spot, my own everything. But there are no places here that's like really worth renting out or buying. And like, if I'm gonna stay somewhere, I'm gonna want it to be decent because that's where I'll spend majority of my time. Like, my parents, they are not rushing me to get out of the house. And that's like one of my blessings. I count it as a blessing because they don't mind me being here as long as I'm trying. And I am. But I want to move out because I can't grieve how I want to. And I can't cry when I want to. It's not that they don't let me, but it's like a sense of feeling that I have. Like, I'm tired of them, like, walking in on me crying, and I'm just tired of them seeing me cry. I want to be strong because, like, if I'm crying, of course, my mom is gonna mess up her day because she don't want to see her baby girl crying, but she knows why I'm crying, and she's hurt for the same reasons that I'm hurt too. She misses her granddaughter. And then my father, it's the same thing with him. No one wants to see their child hurt. But my child is not here because she passed and I'm hurt. You see what I'm saying? You know? And then my sister as well. And I'm so thankful for her because she is the one that's, always, in my ear about, it's okay to grieve. She's the one who's got me set up with all of my therapy appointments. Like, I thank her for being there for me and providing me with the words of God. But she's still hurting too. And like, I know that she has her days. And then my nephews and my niece, I don't like for them to see me crying because they are just kids. They're just kids. You know, my niece, she's the youngest one. So she don't really, she knows that Karleigh is gone. She knows that, but, as far as like, having like any true feelings, not so much. But I mean, she mentions her name because she knows that that's her little cousin and she knows that that's my daughter, you know. But my nephews, they are a little older. And I felt like when I was pregnant, my nephew Zay, he was really excited and ready for Karleigh to get here. They all love Karleigh, but it's just something that was in Zay that made him so close to my baby. Like while I was pregnant, I can't really explain it, but it's like he can sense when I'm having a bad day, and he'll come in and he'll be like, "It's gonna be okay." Zay really doesn't show much emotion, but when it comes down to that, like, I'll see like his compassionate side, and he'll talk more than what he usually does on a daily basis. And sometimes he texts my phone and he's like, "I miss Karleigh." And I'm like, "I miss her too." The day that she passed and they told the kids, I can remember all three of them crying so hard. They cried so hard. And just the other day, probably like the day before yesterday, my oldest nephew Amir, he was sad. So my mom called me and then she was like, uh, give Amir a call because I think he's having a bad day. And so I'm like, what's wrong with Amir? And then she was like, he said he misses Karleigh. So I called him and he was crying. It's stuff like that, you know, it gets to me because we all miss her. So deeply. Like, that was my first child, y'all. That was my first and my only child. Like, I'm stuck with this pain forever. For the rest of my life. And I'm starting to really, like, question, like, will it ever get better? I'm fighting so hard right now. I'm fighting so hard right now to stay strong. to just stay strong and to hang on to God's word. And I just, honestly, I don't want to let go of my daughter, because who wants to let go of their child? And then I put a lot of the blame on myself. Like, I'm the hardest on myself when it comes to this entire situation. Karleigh was not a planned pregnancy, and like in my other video, my story time video, I was on birth control when I got pregnant with her. And it was the happiest day of my life. Not that I had been trying or anything, because of course, like I said, I was on birth control, so, you know. But it was the happiest day of my life because, I mean, it was my first child. But I beat myself up so bad. I will never regret my daughter. Lord knows that I will never regret my daughter. I love Karleigh with everything in my body, and I would do anything for her. I got too comfortable. And then, when you think about kids and how they come into this world, nobody is ever 100% ready to raise a child. Like, nobody. Because every child is different and is unique. And if you're having a child for the first time, you're learning things as you go. So no one is 100% ready to be a parent. It's like adaptation. And I was adapting pretty well. I was adapting really well. But I feel like I feel guilty sometimes when I think about her. And then I think about the situation that she was going to be born into. And then that just makes me feel so bad. And then it hurts me to be like, well, I see why God did what he did. It just hurts knowing that what I was going to bring my child into, that makes me feel guilty. I feel like every child deserves both mother and father's love. Her father, I love my daughter. I just feel guilty because I love my daughter and I still do. But her father does not care about her at all. So that's why it's so hard for me to just pick up and move on from her. Already, I feel like I failed her just by that point alone. So I don't want to just move on and not talk about her no more. I want her to know that regardless of anything, I'm your mother and I love you. She only mattered to me and my family. And she mattered to some people on his side of the family, but you're the person I made her with and you don't care. You don't care she was alive and you don't care that she died. I love my daughter and I will never forget about her. That's why I try my best to pick myself up and get myself together, because I want to make sure that my daughter did not die in vain. And then, some people, they tell me, it would have been really hard on you If she's here, if she was here, I don't care. Because, like any other mother, you got responsibilities, so you gonna do what the fuck you need to do to make sure that your child is okay. It would have been extremely hard to do the things that you're trying to do, school and modeling. Well, you know what? If she had been here, I would not be doing any of those things because I'll be taking care of my responsibilities. And so that now that she's not here, I'm doing those things. I graduated from college. I'm trying to model for her. That's the reason why I changed my name to from Drika B to Drika K. The K is for Karleigh. I started a plus fashion line, Chubby Couture, and the couture started with a C. I changed it to a K for Karleigh. I have started my own fitness group and I've named it K-Row Fitness because her nickname was K-Row. I'm going to make sure that my daughter did not die in vain. And some people be like, well, you said it all just then, with her not being here, you're able to go for what you want to do and things like that. That was what I wanted to do before I had responsibilities. But now I still have a responsibility. I still have my daughter up above watching me. I wouldn't care if I got to do those things or not if she was here. It would have not mattered. I would have not felt like she stopped me or held me back from any of those things because while she was here, I still was going to be doing those things regardless. A child does not stop anything. And then I had people tell me, she decided to leave because she saw your potential and that she could better benefit you up there than she could ever hear. So every day I pull myself together and I try to do things that's gonna make her happy. I started my foundation, the Karleigh's Angels Foundation, to help other grieving mothers because helping them helps me. And they say you need to take her stuff down that's in your room. You need to take this down that's in your room. You need to take your cap and gown hat down that has her face on it out of your room. Or you need to take her banner down from out of your room that you had at her baby shower. You're hurting yourself. I'm gonna hurt more if I wake up and I don't see those things because I'm gonna feel like I'm leaving her behind. And I know that her spirit is everywhere around me, no matter where I go. But I don't want to take any of her stuff down. Sometimes when I think about her, I get sad. But seeing her face and seeing her things in my room, it makes me feel good because that's my child. Every parent likes to show off their child. I don't know one that does not. There's people always on the internet posting nothing but pictures of their kids because they're proud of their creation. You know, with their birth, so am I. She looked just like me. So I don't want to take down her stuff. I'm proud of my daughter. I'm very much proud of her. And regardless of sometimes when I'm sad because I'm always missing her, she was the only thing that had me happy for. It had been a long time since I just really felt like I had accomplished anything, regardless of how many times I had graduated from college before her. But it's like, while I was pregnant with her, I felt like I would have someone other than family, my mom, my dad, and my sister, and my nephews, and my niece, I would have somebody that would always see the right in what I do. When kids see their parents, their face lights up. And I wanted that for myself. I really miss her. And this app that was on TikTok is called myheritage.com. They have this cool feature where it animates the photos that you have of maybe like somebody that's deceased, and stuff like that. I'm gonna show y'all those photos. Like, those photos that gave me hope. I had always wanted to see my baby's eyes. I always wondered like what she would look like, if she was alive and moving. I always wondered like what her smile would kind of be like. And so that kind of filled that void that I had, for my daughter. And I know that another child will not replace her. I know that. And that's why I fight so hard for my healing, because I want to be better. I want to be better so that I can have another child. And I know there's like so much of stuff in life that I have never done. So many parts of this world that I have never seen. But I just still wish that, you know, that I could have another child. The fact that I may or may not be able to be a parent is very harsh. But the fact that I know that there is nothing wrong with me physically, like I can actually have another child, that's what has me holding on to being here in life. Because I want that feeling again. But this time I want to be able to walk out that hospital with my child. With my child. And this time, this child will have a father who loves her. But until then, I'll just be here getting through things the best that I can and trying to help others and try to keep a smile on my face. So, thanks for watching, you guys. I don't really like writing, and I've tried different mechanisms where you write it out and you burn it, but I just don't feel as cleansed as I do as when I actually make videos. It's like I want someone to learn through my story. Maybe I can help somebody by telling my story, you know. So that's why I always record videos, because I just like to help people. And who knows, maybe one day if I actually get some kind of recognition, or my channel actually, you know, starts to flourish, people can come back to my channel and look and say, look at all that she went through and she overcame. That's my second goal. I just want to motivate people. I'd rather tell the world my pain than to just hide it. Because like I said before, I sit with my pain because it's harder to cover it and act like it's not there. But I thank you guys for watching my channel. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you love this video, share it.